Now, we have a very funny comedian for you. He's one of my favorites in Madison, one of my favorite people in the universe. Please welcome Deon Green, everybody!
Thank you, Anthony. Give it up to this fucking weird white people show. This is the most Broom Street thing I've seen in my 10 years hanging out. I had to bring my own rum. That's how fucked up this shit is. How are we doing? Hello, white people. I'm Deon Green. I always like to start with have Asperger's, so I'm going to jump around my whole set, and I don't care because I told you I got Asperger's. That's my get out of jail free card. I used to have a roommate who put me in a weird position to kind of fix racism once. It was a cool situation. He was an Asian cat named Mark. None of that really matters. It could have been anybody. But I'm kind of slobbish, we'll say, right? Like, once I'm comfortable in a position, I just want to be there. So we've been living together for a few months, and my dish game had like dropped off to the point. You guys don't got a dish game? I'm black, so everything has a game to it. It's got an angle. And one day I made this sandwich, and it was a top 5 sandwich all time Hall of Fame. I'm fat, I rank sandwiches. And I got the sandwich, I was so excited about it, I just dropped all the utensils around the sink, ran to my room humming the sandwich theme song I have. And I was about 1.5 bites into the sandwich when I hear just the faintest knock on my door, and it's Mark, and he's just got this like frustrated face because he's nice, and when nice people get mad, like their eyes just bulge out of their fucking face because there's been so much pressure from the bottom of their feet to the whole body, so it's been like a month and a half of just anger. And he's like, "Can I please see you in the kitchen?" So we walk to the kitchen, and I look around, I'm just like, "Nigga, it's the kitchen, what's your point?" And he points to this spoon with grape jelly on it, right? And I'm like, "It's just a spoon of grape jelly, Mark. Why are you interrupting the top 5 sandwich?" And immediately he's just like, "Damn it, Deon, I'm sick of it! Every day I come home, the fucking trash takes a week to get out, you never do dishes on time, you know what you're being." And then he slowed down and I saw the Matrix happen in his face. It's that face that like when people are about to insult you and they don't know exactly what they're gonna say, like, you can just see him scrolling through the words. And guys, let's be honest, he started that nigger because he had to. You have to like get the big one out the way, but he realized I might choke him to death. So then he kept going and he landed on the most beautiful phrase in the English language. He literally was like, "You're being a grape faggot," and then he went into it. It happened in real time for me. You guys get a moment for it. He said, "Grape faggot," and then just... And I was taking him back, mostly because I didn't know how to be offended at that. Because grape is delicious, it's one of my favorite things, the flavoring of it. And then I was like, oh shit, did Mark just kind of fix racism? All you have to do is take a horrible word and pair it with something delicious. And like all the sting is cut out of it, I swear to God. Like, it would be like if I went to like Cops and I was like, "Yo, can I get some of those Oreos?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, they're not Oreos anymore. Those are nigger biscuits." I'd be like, "Oh." Well, let me get the double stuffed nigger biscuits. So I'm gonna have to deal with this intolerance. It's going down twice as hard. And my only belief is like, after that moment, he must have been just sitting in his room and he's like, "Oh, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do to me? I don't even know what a great faggot is," and I said it. Because like, that's not something, you don't pre-plan that, you know what I mean? He wasn't like in his room just like, how am I gonna cut him to the core? No. I saw him the next day, and all I could do was hug him like, "Thanks for fixing everything. I'm so proud of you." So like, I got diagnosed with autism when I was like, I told you the Asperger's, baby, I just hopped. And I got diagnosed with it at a young age, and like the way my mom like presented it to me was in a very weird way. My mom has the worst bedside manner in the goddamn world. She was a very tough woman, 3 kids, single mom. She has to be. She didn't have time to fucking just pat you on the head for like a skinned knee. So one day I get home from school early, right? And she's like, "Baby, can I see you in the kitchen?" And I see my favorite food. My sisters are gone. Immediately, I think it's like some kind of weird black cancer. I was just terrified. I was like, I got a new leukemia that I haven't even talked about. I'm very afraid. And she's like, "No, baby, it's not cancer." And she's like, just patting my head. Oh, it's worse, baby. And then she looks me in the eyes and she's just like, listen, I need you to know 3 things. I love you, I'm proud of you, you're not retarded. And then she left the room. She left me to just sit on that 3 phrases. And like, if you had a doctor who was like, well, Mr. Johnson, I looked at your chart, I need you to know 3 things. You're a very tough individual. You got a good spirit about you. Your nuts are gonna make it. And then if they look Mr. Johnson's gonna have questions about that last part of it, you know what I mean? But the reason she did it that way, I asked her later, she was like, I didn't want you to like get like down on it and obsess over it. You're still my son. That was her idea. But you're not retarded, I gotta go. Was like how it was presented, right? So throughout my entire life, she would like try to like re-encourage me by freaking the fuck out anytime I did something awkward in public. To the point where I distinctly remember one time I was at a store, I was at Shopko when they still existed, and I bumped into like this rack of candy, and she was like, oh! And she looked around at all these white people who were confused, and she just walks up, quietly puts her hands around me, pulls me away, and just says, he's not retarded, it's okay. My baby's not retarded. It was like the world's slowest kidnapping. It was very weird. And then as I get older, I had a very odd moment during the graduation ceremony. So it's like, I'm graduating school, I'm last name Deon Green, right? And I can hear her in this small auditorium in Arkansas at about the goddamn C's start just humming. It was like an old slave hymn she was humming. It was very weird. It was like, my baby, not retarded, on the stage. And then it gets to Deon Green. Ah! She literally jumped up, pointed at me like a slave catcher who found Harriet Tubman. Look at my baby! Look at him on that stage! He's not retarded! None of y'all thought he could make it this far! None of you motherfuckers! And I was like, yo. Wow. I appreciate the love. This is incredible. This is amazing. I got like one question for you right now. Who the fuck thought I couldn't graduate the 5th grade? This is a big mess for a 5th grade graduation. I can see if I was like Harvard valedictorian, you know what I mean? Then you can do a backflip. She was like, well, he made it. Like she literally fucking proselytized to a small auditorium of mostly like black parents who also, their kids not retarded. But like, that kind of dedication was like why I mostly hang out with women because they just are better. They just love better. They're just more fun. Like, every time I go with my male friends, I was like, yeah, we're going out! Us! Against the world! But then after about an hour, the compliments become more like insulting and friendly. Like, have you ever noticed that when you go with your male friends, it starts out like really nice, and then about an hour and a half in, like they got the arm around you, like, listen, man, I fucking love you. And I can choke y'all right now and no one. It's always weird. It's so weird to me. Here's the like definitive proof, right? I have a really good friend. He's still one of my best friends to this day. His name is Nick. Nick got hit by a bus when we were 12 years old. To this day, I still make fun of him because he got hit by a bus at 12 years old. Like, we go out to bars now and shit, and if Nick, he has to be like 15 minutes late, and all you see are just bus emojis on his phone. That's all you do. Wait, what? Nick? Because that's what good male friends do to other male friends. On the opposite of that, I had food poisoning once because you don't get this kind of physique by watching really what goes in it. It's more of a spray and pray kind of technique, you know what I mean? You just put up the shot. And I was dating this girl, and literally she goes, oh baby, you seem in pain, I got you. So she takes off her shirt, and she just starts like pressing on my stomach, nice and gentle, like very melodic, like, saying like good woman shit like I'm proud of you for no reason. I love you. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking in my head, this is the worst hand job I've ever gotten. Get the fuck off of me. But she keeps smiling like, nah, baby, it's okay. And then after about another 30 seconds, I realized what was happening, guys. She was massaging the far side of my stomach. To this day, still the most romantic shit that's ever happened to me. It was like that scene from Ghost. But like my stomach was the pop, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. And then I like fart a little bit, she's like, I'm so proud of you. My darling. And then at one point, I like halfway sharded, which I don't know, I think halfway sharded is like still sharding, but that's what I'm calling it. And she never told anyone until I started telling this joke a year ago, right? Now here's the thing. In the same scenario, if my boy Nick was to find me in my bed, screaming out in pain, like, I don't know what to do, the pressure's too much, he would literally be like, yo, I would help, but I gotta go catch this bus.